Have you ever wondered why you're not attracting what you want? Even though you're visualizing, affirming, and doing everything right, or so you think. So here's the truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you expect. There's a very powerful difference between the two. And it might actually be the missing link in your manifestation journey. So in this video, we're diving into why expectation and not desire is the real engine and driver of manifestation. And we're also going to talk about how you can shape or reshape your inner reality so that life begins to mirror that desired outcome back to you. So first, what is the difference between expectation and wanting something? So first, they're not the same. Wanting says, I hope that this will happen. I hope that one day this will come into my life. But expectation says this is already mine. I already have it right here and right now. Expectation is a subconscious assumption that certain things are normal for you. So what you believe, you're likely to receive, whether you admit it or not. So no matter what you put on your vision board or whatever you write down as your manifestations, the real power comes in that expectation and knowing that these things are already yours. It's not so much about what you're writing down, it's about what you assume to be true. Because life doesn't always give you what's on your vision board. It gives you what you genuinely expect and know will happen. So why is expectation so powerful? I'd like to use a very simple analogy, one of going to a restaurant. When you go to a restaurant, you sit down and you place your order. You just relax. Maybe if you have to wait a while for the food, you might find it a little annoying. But you don't go and check in with the kitchen or with the waiter. Hey, are you sure everything's okay? Are they working on it? You just sort of expect to know that the food is being prepared and it's going to be delivered to you soon. But it's funny because with manifestation, people do this kind of thing all the time, that they ask where is it? Why isn't it here yet? And that anxiety is coming from wanting something, not expectation. Because the truth is you don't get what you necessarily dream about or want. You get what you're actually embodying and preparing for. So we find this in so many areas of our life. So if you expect to be rejected, even if you want a great relationship and want love, then you'll likely experience rejection. Or if you expect to struggle financially, even if you want and desire wealth, then that struggle will find you. Because expectation overrides that conscious desire every single time. So now, how can you actually go about identifying your core expectations? How do you know what you're truly expecting? Start by listening to your internal story, the one that is always sort of running quietly in the background. So for example, ask yourself, what do I always seem to experience? What is normal for me? Or what do I believe people like me can't have? What do I believe that is out of my reach? Or are there areas in my life where I sort of secretly assume disappointment? Think about some of these things and even write down your answers. It'll give you a lot of insight into what your true expectations are. Because once you've done this and you begin to shed light on these inner expectations, which are often hidden, you now have awareness, which is the first step. Because once you see and understand this story that you've been telling yourself, now you can begin to rewrite it. So now, once you've identified these core expectations that you have, the next step is remaking them however you'd like. So start by asking yourself, if I already had everything that I wanted, what would I expect next? Would you expect more opportunities, more just simplicity and relaxation and fun and more support in your life? Start affirming and acting from that place of already having everything that you desire. And here, I refer to this concept from Neville Goddard, whose work I love, of living in the end. Live in that end state of already having all those things that you want. And start talking to yourself. Start rewriting that inner dialogue as that version of you who already has all those things, who is already living that life. And again, this is what Neville Goddard meant about this concept of living in the end. So you live from that version of you who already has everything you want, who is already successful, already has that dream life. You're not hoping for it, you're not chasing after it. You're just like being that life right now. You're expecting it, you're embodying it. Because expectation is that quiet confidence that doesn't need proof. You just have a deep sense of knowing. And that knowing is the real key internal shift. And that is what can reshape your world. So let go of trying to or needing to control every step, but come back again and again to that state of already having what you want. So ultimately, just remember that expectation is creation. And it's not about effort, although you are going to have to put in effort without a doubt, but it's about alignment. It's about aligning with that version of you, that frequency that already has everything you want. So ask yourself today, like, what am I unconsciously expecting? And does that expectation actually reflect the life that I truly want? Because if not, that's okay. You can always shift it. And you can make one small internal change at a time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.